Stop talking about your ex because I do not care.
Hey, I just want to let you know, no matter how much money you spend, I might not end up liking you at the end. Am I taking a boat to Korea? I guess we'll never know. This is going to be episode 2 of I Guess We'll Never Know podcast, and I am on a boat. I don't know how I ended up here, but I saw that there was an option to take a ferry to Korea, and I was like, why would people not take a ferry? Do you realize there's a sauna on this boat? There's a buffet that's gonna happen, but let me not be rude. Let me introduce a guest. So I was working at a bar in Tokyo filming a video. He came to the bar during that time. I told him, I'm going to Korea on a boat, and you were like, I want to go to Korea, but I won't talk too much about you so you can tell them. Do you want to introduce yourself?
My name's Michael, aka Mikey. I'm from Southeast London, and I came to Japan in May. I was bar hopping with a few American guys, and then we walked into your bar, and I met Marintia there, and it was very good. I can't lie, she was very funny, nice person. And I was like, yeah, this girl seems really interesting, so I need to make sure I'm staying in contact with her. And I'm on a trip to Korea. So
for context, so I'm going to Korea to film YouTube videos. Mikey quit his job this year and he's traveling around Asia as a whole. So what was your first impression of me? I'm just always so curious.
When I first met you, I was kind of drunk. So I couldn't really take in anything more than just your personality. You seem kind of reserved a little bit as well when I was talking to you. That's how I am when I first meet people. I'm a little bit reserved, but I know once you get to know me, you're going to see the full side.
I think I'm definitely reserved. I can socialize outwardly with people, but then I keep it on a surface level. You said I have a great personality. Thank you very much. Guys, this is why you should subscribe. Guys, you see we're on a boat. Oh no, that's very nice. But what if I'm a bad person? I thought this episode would be funny because we're pretty much strangers. One of the random topics I have, right, is what are some red flags that you think girls should be careful about? You're giving advice to girls.
Red flags. I guess if it takes long to reply, 9 times out of 10 my phone is in my hand. If I haven't replied, I'm just not interested in talking to you. If I like you enough, I will reply back. I'll find time. It doesn't matter if I'm busy or not. So if he's not doing that, then he's not really that interested.
I would actually agree with that in general. But the reason why I can see the other side is because I'm like one of those people. I use my phone, but I don't text. So in my mind, using my phone and replying back to people, I've categorized as 2 completely different things. It takes completely different energies scrolling through social media, just having fun. That's just like your leisure time, right? But then communicating to someone is a different thing. I do agree that if you're super, super keen about someone, I guess you will be more on your phone. What other red flags are you trying to give advice to the girls watching?
Nowadays, most people have like a roster. So if he texts you within a certain time period, that will be a red flag.
Do you have any red flags that girls should be careful that they don't show?
Stop talking about your ex because I do not care. If you keep talking about your ex while me and you are like chatting, talking, I will get frustrated and I probably will just stop trying because I don't care. Men really don't care. Every now and again if you say, my ex did this to me, understandable, but...
Have you had any experience with someone doing that to you?
No. I shut that down real quick. I'm not trying to entertain it. What are green flags for you that a guy could do?
Green flags. No. There is definitely stuff. Taking the initiative. I don't really know how to phrase this in one word, but if a guy is thinking about you without you having to remind them about something, I feel like that's a super green flag. Also, another green flag is when they clearly show their boundaries once your relationship status changes. How the person changes in regards to his boundaries with other girls or guys or whatever.
Now, what are some of the best dates you've ever been and what are some of the worst dates you've been on?
I don't think I've been on enough dates to have like a best or a worst, but I don't think I've had a worst. I've really not been on many dates in my life. No, I actually have never. I don't go on a lot of dates. I guess like a more modern term to pet peeves is icks, right? I guess girls have icks, but I felt like guys also have icks, no?
One thing that gets my nerves is not an ick, but it's just like, why? So you know when girls, they've got their nails done, but then they've got like one missing nail that's just... it's just gone. I can't like just get rid of it and start again.
That's valid. There's so many occasions in which I have one nail off and I can totally understand. But those are the kind of responses I wanted, because the funny thing about icks is that they're not serious things, right?
I guess another ick could be the way she speaks. Because I'm from London. If you speak a bit too road, like they're one of the mandem, so the way I speak, like if they're using a lot of slang and the way they speak.
A lot of the time, don't you feel like people look hotter in airports?
No. Have you not experienced like the outsides?
The reason why I brought it up is because you've traveled a lot. Have you ever gone on dates in like a random country that you've gone to with someone that you met at the destination?
I've never met anybody in an airport, but I couldn't speak for myself. But I feel like the dates I went on in the UK, many women didn't appreciate it. So going on this date, I felt like she appreciated it a bit more. I feel like a lot of women are just there because, you know, they might get free food, free drinks, get treated for the day. She engaged in conversation. That's what I asked for, the bare minimum. If you could provide a decent conversation, I'll be more than happy just to spend the money.
A lot of my friends, it takes a lot for them to want to get out of the house, right? And to want to socialize with someone. So then they would just not do it with someone they don't want to actually socialize with, which I feel like is a little bit similar for me. But how do guys feel about that? Can you tell if a girl is there at a date just for the free food or the free whatever?
You know that back and forth you do at the end of the day when the girl says, oh, I'll pay for it. And then the man says, no, I'll pay for it. My cousin went on a date one time and that never happened. So it's a good gesture. We all know that you're not going to pay for it, but at least it kind of shows that you were having a good time. You was interested in the guy, that you've offered to at least pay for it, even though we know you're not going to pay for it, we're going to pay for it.
I've actually been in a situation where I was going on dates with a guy.
I thought you didn't date.
The what?
Next question. See ya.
After like the second or third time, I literally told them, hey, I just want to let you know, no matter how much money you spend, I might not end up liking you at the end. So...
Really, bitch? Really, bitch?
But I didn't say it like this direct. I really liked him as a person and a friend. So I feel like those type of friendships and dynamics get ruined if one person is playing the other person, right? I just didn't want it to be a situation of this person spending money on me. And then let's say after 3 months, I'm like, oh no, I don't like you. Oh wait, I never was planning to like you. That's very rude, right? If someone has spent all that money. Also because I was dating other people. But...
The following film is a work of fiction.
Guys always are talking about the fact that girls just use them for money. So what do you think about how I handle that situation?
I would appreciate it. I wouldn't like it because I know there's a possibility of me wasting my time. Honesty is the best policy. So if you tell me you don't want to ruin something, I would rather just step back. Just because there's no point in me wasting my time spending this money, getting to know you, and then for eventually you just to say, I'm not interested. Now I might have certain expectations. I might have built feelings. But I think most guys feel you could just change the person's opinion.
From the short period that I've known him, guys, he's very nice. You're almost a little bit too nice to the point where I'm like, are you Ted Bundy? Why are you single?
I'd rather try and get to know one person. So chatting to bare girls, it's just time consuming because they've all got a million and one things that's wrong with them. This trauma, that trauma. I don't want to deal with it. I'm not going to lie. And it's pricey as well. In the UK, expecting to spend like a minimum of 150, maybe 200 on a first date. So if you're sitting a date and 4 or 5 girls, you've got to spend £200 on a girl.
I went on a date with 80 CDs in my pocket.
You see, there's 2 types of guys in this world.
Hey, that's mad.
Yeah, what did you do?
So we went to the movies.
How much is a movie ticket?
That time it was like 40 CDs. So that's like half the money.
Did you get popcorn, drinks?
I had a drink. After the movie, she said she wants to watch another one. And I was like, yeah, I'm going home.
My cousin and I, we're very bad examples because we're both not the norm. Do you think girls and guys can be friends?
If me and you grew up together from like 2-4 years old and we were just like best friends, that would be calm.
I think all types of friendships are great, but I definitely think that there's no such thing as like a 0% chance of anything happening friendship. One person can easily be attracted to the other person, you know, at any given point, but then no one has to act on it. That's why it stays a friendship. First remote episode, we're in a freaking boat, and there's gonna be a full vlog of my trip to Korea on this cruise. Don't forget to subscribe, turn on your notifications.
Marintia, Eiko.